pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Curry trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
It's a little bit
follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the TMP Culver Block 200, a tribute to the 1994 Brickyard 400 here on JTN. So glad you joined us here tonight from Indianapolis. My name is Joe Tawanski, wishing you a very happy new year out there. Hope you had a wonderful start to your holiday season, and we're going to hopefully finish it off right with you here tonight on Wednesday, December 27th. It's the Culver Block 200. Here's part of the TMP Racing League, not part of the Winter Series. That picks up once again next week. You see the cars out there on track right now for final practice. No tuning, no testing, just drivers getting used to the racetrack here at the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway for what is going to be a great night of racing. Qualifying already in the books for you, folks. So without further ado, I'm going to take you through tonight's starting lineup. On pole tonight at a time of 52 seconds, .421. It's going to be the 14 of Josh Boyer. To his outside, it's going to be the 88 of Keith McLean. Tyler Stallhood in the 24 and Herman Reese, they'll roll off on row number 2. Row 3 is the 28 of Jeff Goodpaster and the 10 of Chris Atkin. Row 4 is the 23 of Tom Musa and the 44 of Dan Rubino. Rounding out your top 10 tonight, it's the 11 of Rich Napick and the 21 of Rob Mojo. Back on row number 6, it's the 33 of Tom Goodman and the 8 of Blake Warren. Roger Nebelsack rolls off in 13th in the number 2, and Ron Simpson will be to his outside in the 25. Steve Rubino and Brian Bieswinger roll off in row number 8 in the 27 and 42 respectively. Then Frank Bombi, Josh 2, and Joe Peacher round out your field of 18 drivers here tonight from the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 80 laps on deck for us, folks. Again, so glad you joined us here tonight on JTN. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. New Year's upcoming here over the weekend. Heading into Monday, it'll be a new week, a new year, a new month, just new everything. So again, hope you're having a fantastic end of your year, getting ready to launch yourself into a wonderful new year. We're going to have a great new year here on JTN, and we're so glad we get to wrap up the year here with our friends at TMP. This, of course, is a special event. We are paying tribute to the 1994 Brickyard 400. You're going to see all these drivers out there in 1994 NASCAR Cup Series cars, CTS physics tonight for you folks that are more accustomed to NR 2003. It's the Cup 90 mod with 1994 paint schemes for a lot of these drivers. A few outliers out there. We'll highlight them as we go throughout the night. But again, it's going to be a fun night of racing here on JTN. We're so glad you joined us here. Again, make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video, subscribe. See Rich Napick there in that 11 Budweiser car. Josh 2 in the 02. 8 car of Blake Warren getting out there on that Ray Bestis Ford Thunderbird. We'll have some Indianapolis 400, I don't know why I said Indianapolis 400, Brickyard 400 fun facts. And a big special thank you to Roger Nebelsack for our retro ABC JTN Sports logo there in the bottom right. You'll see that on your screen throughout tonight. make it a little more festive for you folks at home. We were hoping to have some new graphics for you by the end of the year, but looks like life got in the way. So, Ben, I'd like to wish your dad Mark a very happy birthday. It will not be a new decade. Yes, these are the classic graphics, but we have to update eventually. Anne, hello. Thank you for the wishes. Best wishes to you as well. Hopefully 2024 is a year of great health, of happiness, of joy, of just fantastic, wonderful, you know. I think every new year you have to have some kind of personal growth for it to be a positive year. That can be a little thing, it can be a big thing, it can be as simple as, maybe every morning you make your bed when you wake up. But as long as you're doing something new and good in the new year, you're making good on that next year that you're getting. Antonio Irvin in chat saying nothing like some old school NASCAR. Yes, sir, indeed. It's gonna be fun. We're racing the in-game Indianapolis. Tate, I don't think anyone's running Hoosiers here tonight. I think I'm seeing all Goodyears. Herman race there in the 40 tonight. Again, just waiting for happy hour to come to a conclusion. We'll get ready to go racing. Sorry, Tate. Didn't mean to ruin your immersion 6 minutes into the broadcast. Or, I'm sorry, 7.5 minutes almost. Count the intro. Well, Henry's gonna go for a little bit of a... Get off of him. Second that 2 car, so cars will get lined up here from Indianapolis. And folks, we are so glad you're joining us here tonight. Leave that like, subscribe, do all those fun things. They help support us so much as we wait the command to get engines fired here from IMS. As the engines are fired, these 18 Warriors will go at it tonight for 80 laps of racing around this 2.5-mile super speedway here in the heartland of America, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Indiana. Folks, we're going to have a great show for you here tonight. Again, drop a like, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. We can't thank you enough for tuning in here to JTN this evening. We are going to have a fun time. Thank you, Antonio. Again, big shout out Roger Nebelsack making that JTN Sports logo. Good looking logo indeed. As the field makes their way through turns 3 and 4, packed grandstands as they were in 1994. await what's hopefully a magnificent race. These drivers manual cautions tonight, so admins will be able to throw them. So no cautions for yourself. It's been have to be a multiple car incident to get a yellow tonight. Yeah, we're just gonna have fun here this evening. Gonna enjoy this one here with our friends from TMP. Field's gonna make their way off turn number 4. Josh Boyer will have control. Again, folks, 80 laps to decide a winner here from IMS. Fans are on their feet. And we are going racing here from Indianapolis. We're underway for the Culver Block 200. Drivers already fighting to get to the inside. Top 3 single file. First battle is between that 28 of Goodpaster with Herman Reese to the outside in the 40. Reese going to lose a little bit of ground there. Keith McLean starting to apply some pressure for the lead. He's in a 1996 paint scheme. Back to Dale Jarrett's Quality Care Ford. See Chris Akin to the inside of the 23 of Tom Musa. Smokin' Joe's Racing. That Camel Ford. You don't see that anymore. Feel good get single file here. Complete lap number 1. With Josh Boyer in the lead. Where did the 88 go? Oh, we got cars around. 21's hard to the outside wall. 33 also collected. That's Goodman. Mojo in the 21. 51 having some issues further on back. Caution going to be out here for the first time tonight. Try to get you that replay of what happened here. Mojo just gets loose there going into turn 1. Goodman with nowhere to go. Makes contact. That brings out our first yellow of the night. Relatively harmless incident here. But still plagues the start of this race. Tate and Chad, I'm not old enough to dislike 90s Jeff Gordon, yet here I am disliking the 90s Jeff Gordon car. Well, I just dislike Jeff Gordon. But that's neither here nor there. That's Tyler Stallhood in the 24 there in second. These are all cars that you can get from drnoisepaints.com. Of his 1994 car set they got up there on the website. And then, of course, this is the in-game stock Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So this is modeled after the 2003 IMS. The 10 car of Akin going to come down the Tide Ride. See Simpson in the Kodiak 25, and then 51. Car Joe Peacher also on pit lane. Leaders, though, staying out. We'll go back green this time at the line. It'll be Josh Boyer still with the lead. Single file restarts here because there's no cars a lap down. There are no cars a lap down. I thought you'd say that sentence, Joe. Like the number for the 8 was a few years ahead of its time up in our scroller. All right. Josh Boyer with control here for the restart. Pace car is in. Come back to lap 5 of 80 here from Indianapolis. Green flag, we're back underway. Boyer up the track a little bit. Stallhood going to apply some pressure here into turn 2 down the south chute. Onto the back straightaway we'll go. There's a couple cars up the track. Couldn't tell who that was. It's Musa in the 2342 going to go around. That's the mellow yellow Pontiac. B-Swinger. Get turned back around. We stay green. Steve Rubino there in the 27 to the inside of Tom Musa. Welcome in, Barbara. The 51 having some issues here. That's Bombay. Roger Nebelset going on by Blake Warren there in the 8. See Rubino going to follow him on through in the 27. Notated as fixed setup. Everyone's got the same thing underneath him tonight. And you can't make any changes to it besides putting 4 freshes on them. Folks, again, can't thank you enough for tuning in tonight. Culver Block 200 here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Josh Boyer has led every lap from the pole so far in the number 14. One car has dropped out of the race. It's Keith McClay in the 88. Second caution of the night is out. Got a couple cars slow here off turn number 2. Simpson in the 25. Goodman in the 33 for the second time tonight. Caution is out. Josh 2 also involved in this one. A couple cars going for a spin. It all starts with the 33 getting loose, though, through turn 2. Him go for the spin. On board with 0-2. It's a little terrifying. Be that close to the action. Go ahead and go on board with Akin in the 10. He was right behind all 3 of these cars involved in the incident. Just does a great job getting through that one. But caution out here for the second time tonight. See if some of these leaders elect to come down pit lane this time. Have a feeling they will now with a few more laps on the tires and a little bit more of the 76 racing fuel. Now gone. Boyer wins the race off pit row. See Bombi there second in the 51. Have to think fuel only on that car. These car lights do appear to be out, so should be going back green this time. Some quickie yellows tonight. That, folks, is what you love to see. The field will make their way off turn number 4. Josh Boyer will have control here for the restart. Coming to us. Lap 10 of 80. Pace car is in. And back away we will go. Green flag once again here from Indianapolis. Bombi there able to snake down in front of the 24 Tyler Stallhood. Stallhood going to try to look to the inside here off of turn number 1. Into the south chute they go. That DuPont Lumina will make the pass on the Exxon car. Herman Reese in the 40 going to go on through as well. See, the whole field going to shuffle by Bombi in the 51. Not the restart that this Exxon team was looking for. They head down the back straightaway. And here comes a couple more cars. Now the 27 is Steve Rubino to the inside. Blake Warren in the 8 going to look to do the same. They'll both make passes there on the 51. Back up front, though, it's Josh Boyer with the race lead. Trying to break the draft down the back straightaway. And as we get green flag runs, folks, this race will start to turn into a chess match between the drivers at the front and really whoever you're racing around. When you decide to duck out of line, where you're trying to make up your time, how aggressive you are getting back on the gas, using up your tires around this track, because this place likes to chew them up. Will all be things that these drivers can control behind the wheel to hopefully give themselves a leg up on their competition. Right now, though, no one's been able to catch the 14 car, Josh Boyer. He is out in front of the field. Has led every lap so far here tonight. from his pole position. Watch the battle for third. That's the 28 of Jeff Goodpaster, now looking to the inside of the 40 of Herman Reese. They'll be side by side here, past the front stretch grandstands at the start-finish line, paved with bricks. They'll stay the way they were last time around, as Goodpaster not able to find a way around the 40 just yet. He's going to keep trying. He's going to get a good run again here off of turn number 2. Saw Stallhood in the 24 clip the wall there on exit. Cars start to lose the nose a little bit. Here comes the 40 of Herman Reese. He'll look to the inside of that Lumina. Move the DuPont car back into third, and he'll be in a dogfight now with Goodpaster in the 28 for that spot. Dan Rubino able to get by the 28 down into turn 1. The 44 car making up some time, moving to the front of the field. A couple cars having a close call with the wall, and Stallhood continuing to drop like a rock in the 24. It's like that DuPont Chevy. And he used up some of the good on the tires. Now into the outside wall goes the 24. Stallhood holds on to it. Contact with the 44 of Rubino. Goodpaster now looking to the inside of the 44. Incidental contact there between the 44 and 24. As now the 2 of Roger Nebelsek's around. Got cars. Oh my goodness. Blake Warren into the barrier there. A big hit for the 8. The 10 and 25 both around here on the front straightaway. Caution going to be out for the third time tonight. As we look to get a replay. A hellacious hit there for the 8. Couldn't really tell what happened with the 2. Oh, contact from the 11 car. Snapik in the 11. 2 car got loose, 11 into the back of him. Nebelset goes around. Watch this 8 car. Oh my goodness. Blake Warren with a huge hit. No damage tonight, so that's gonna help these guys. Ugh. Man. Big hit there. And some carnage afterway as cars were trying to snake on by. On board with the 8. The whole field electing to come down pit lane here under our third caution of the night. A scary wreck. Forget, someone hit the pit wall. Was it last year in the Indianapolis 500? Or was it this year? That was definitely an unfortunate misjudge, Zach. The pace car lights stay on. We'll have a couple laps of caution here. Gives us a chance to promote our upcoming races here on JTN. A trio Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series events to kick off their season. Kicking off next Thursday from Daytona. Coverage at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Then I believe it's Atlanta, Las Vegas there the next 2 weeks after. Coverage live right here only on JTN, presented by our friends at SchemeHaven.com. Weaver, it just says cheese. I don't see the emoji. The emoticon. No, Zach, we will not be doing the hangover race this year. It is Rose Bowl day. And, couldn't commit to it. Couldn't commit to it. I am imagining some cheese, Weaver. Shout out to Weaver. Beat me in fantasy football semifinals. That was a heck of a game. We split the season series. I beat him by 18 points. He beat me by like half of a point. Ended up winning by, I think, 7 or 8 there in the playoffs. So, good win to his team. He's looking for his 3rd championship, I believe, in that league. Josh Boyer, though, is looking for his first win in the Culver Block 200. This is the first Culver Block 200 here from Indianapolis. Our friends at TMP. You can check out TMP, the Winter Series kicking off. Starting back up next week, 8 weeks, the Aero 88 mod. Fixed setup, 250-lap races a night. They'll kick it back off from Rockingham next Wednesday night. Same place, same time. And you can check out the TMP Racing website. Or you can also reach out to them on Facebook. They'll go to Calder Park the week after, which, of course, in 1988 would be the off week between Rockingham and Richmond. Oh, and NASCAR went down under. So again, if you want to get in on some of the retro racing action, you can head on over to the TMP Racing website or also check out their Facebook page to learn how you can sign up to race here on Wednesday nights. Cool little event tonight. And in the future, if there's more of these events, you can be a part of them. Again, stay up to date with TMP. Bill coming back to green, coming to lap 18 of 80. Green flag, we're back on our way. Good jump from Boyer in the 14. He gaps Herman Reese down into turn 1 to see Tyler Stallhead. He's in the grass. He's going around. He saves it. Rubino giving him plenty of room. Stallhead still saving it. We got another car around. That's the 11 into the outside wall. Going to be contact there. He's going to hit the inside wall now. That's Rich Schnappick. We stay green. Miraculously. Problems for the 28 off of turn number 4. That's Jeff Goodpasser. He's really slow. Still having issues. See Blake Warren a little loose there in turn 1. Simpson and Musa able to get on by. There goes Bombi on the 42 V-Swinger. Josh Boyer, though, still out in front, approaching the quarter mark here in our race. First Brickyard 400, of course, was won by NASCAR Hall of Famer and four-time Cup Series champion Jeff Gordon. Gordon, of course, holds the record for most Brickyard 400 wins with 5. Winning in 1994, 2001, 2004, and 2014. I'm missing one. 1998, also 5-time winner of this race. Chevrolet has won 17 Brickyard 400s. That is amazing. And of course, the NASCAR Cup Series will be back on the oval this July. Back to the Brickyard. The first time with the next-gen Cup Series car. They're 3 years on the road course, so good to see those guys back on the oval. You're gonna go to Indy, you might as well race on that oval. Unfortunate though to see the IndyCar doubleheader weekend go away. Saw Dave Revito there at the 44 starting to apply some pressure to Herman Reese for second. Herman, though, able to pull back about half car length, maybe a full car length away now. You know, riding the bumper, that 40 car down the front straightaway. Well, just a lot of little packs around the track. Kind of got a swarm back here. Towards the back of our field. But as we go back up front, the battle continues to get tense here for second. The Bino brothers, third and fourth right now. Steve there in the 27 McDonald's car, that bright red car, kind of closing in on these two. Herman Reese again in the 40, holding on to that second spot, but Dan Rubino applying the pressure, and he'll look to the inside now down the front straightaway. They'll cross the yard of bricks, heading down into turn 1. Reese concedes the spot to the 44, move Dan Rubino up into the second spot. Steve Rubino now gonna try to apply some pressure to the 40 car. Glad to see Steve out on track tonight. No, he was a little under the weather last week. Have to assume he's feeling a little bit better. Also probably helps running top 5 here in one of these big races. Really putting some heat to the back of the 40. Top 4 looking really good right now. Again, Josh Boyer out in front of the field. right now, just kind of playing one of these waiting games, folks. And can't thank you enough for tuning into JTN here this evening. Make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video and subscribe. Doing so is such a big help for us here as we head into the new year, hopefully bringing you some new stuff. That's our plan, at least. Kind of good start to that. Nate says bring back all brick Indy. The little grooves they got cut into it, it's kind of like an all brick racetrack. But Tate, knowing you, that's probably not good enough. You're a purist. Yes, you are, Tate. The top four, they're still together out there. You're kind of seeing these little packs form. You see that at this racetrack. It's just the kind of style of racing that this flat 2.5 mile super speedway. Flat is these corners are still banked, but definitely compared to some of our traditional ovals that we run here with stock cars. This track very flat. Want some more Brickyard 400 facts? Hendrick Motorsports has 10 wins in the race. Of course, the 5 with Jeff Gordon, 1 with Casey Kane, and then 4 with Jimmy Johnson. I believe that to be the case. Now we have to check. And yes, of course, that would be the case. And Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Jimmy Johnson are the only drivers to have ever repeated as a Brickyard 400 winner. Again, Steve Rubino applying pressure to Herman Reese here for third. Saw Herman protect the inside there down the back straightaway. Maybe he'd think about rolling over for the 27, but not so fast. Look in Josh 2 right now holding off Ron Simpson in the 25. That Kodiak car going to look to the inside of the 0-2. He'll have help from Tom Musa in the 23. That for the 8th spot. 2 up the racetrack at the 0-2. Simpson gets on by. Now Musa going to look for the 9th spot. But Tom Musa will move up into 9th. Just going to talk about how Josh is having a great run in this 0-2 car, and he's might be losing a 3rd spot here by the end of the back straightaway. No, he won't. Goodman gets back in line. While we were away, though, Steve Rubino was able to get around the 40 car of Herman Reese. So the Rubino brothers right now running 2nd and 3rd. Doing an excellent job here this evening. And Steve going to look for more. He thought about making a big aggressive move to the inside of the 44 for 2nd into 1. Thinks wiser of it. Probably the right call. That's right. Barbara, they're putting on a show tonight because these two, they started... Well, let me pull up my starting lineup page. Steve started back in 15th. Danny started in 8th, so they've both made up a lot of time. Steve more than Danny. Danny didn't have as much to go, that's why you qualify, right? But both having an excellent race here, and they're slicing and dicing it up here for second spot. Into turn 3, Bino gonna hold on to the spot. I'm kind of watching this battle for second. Josh Boyer, he's been putting on a clinic so far tonight. Led every lap in this race. Steve Rubino gonna look again to the outside of Danny. It's gonna be a drag race to the yard of bricks. 44 still ahead that time. It's going to be hard for Steve in this 27 to make the pass. He's going to have enough momentum off of turn 2 or turn 4 to get a good dive to the inside of this 44 car. Got to get to his inside on corner exit because, you know, in this 44, he's been quick to shade down there. And if you're Steve and you feel like you have enough speed to go catch the 14, you can't let him get too far away staying behind this 44 car. Herman Reese there in the 42, he probably likes what he's seeing out his windshield right now. Working lap 33 of 80 here tonight. And now the 27's pushing the 44. He's pushing them there a little bit off the corner. First round of green flag pit stops underway. About 14 laps into a run. Actually, probably closer to 16. With Herman Reese pitting, leaves your top 3 all out there together. And Josh Boyer leading the way. Herman going to get that leg up, that lap up on the competition here. If short pitting by one circuit is enough to help him hop in front of these other guys. As Bino's up the track at the 44, that's going to allow Steve to get to the inside here into turn 4. Problems for the 44 coming to the end of this fuel run. Boyer down pit lane, Steve Rubino, Dan Rubino. Aiken in the 10. 28, a good passer. Stallhood, everyone that hadn't pit coming down this time by, so they've reached their limits for laps run. Because all those cars are on pit lane. Let's find Herman Reese in the 40. Because it's going to be interesting to see where this car cycles out relative to the other cars up inside the top 5. There's Herman Reese. He's going to go on by Steve in the 27. He'll get on by the 28, the 24, the 10, and the 44. Issues for the 44. He's around on pit exit. Steve Rubino also around. This could bring out a caution. We stay green. So Josh Boyer stays out in front, but Steve Rubino, Dan Rubino both go around. on the pit exit. How did this happen, folks? Like Bino just getting up to speed, loses it a little bit. 10 to 24, nowhere to go. 27 goes around as well. Seven going around checking up for it. Trying not to run into the back of the 28. So now the caution is out here. For that incident. Our fourth caution of the night here. Just about halfway. I'll bring the pace back down once again. I'd assume yes as well, Tate. Something if you're the driver, I hope it's a yes, right? So, of course, not going to see a lot of takers on the pit lane here. Everyone would just pit. Yeah, Barbara, it was fun. Hey, they got up to the front once, they could do it again. That's the way I'd look at it. Gotta stay positive. Positive mental attitude. Pardon. So we'll go back green to the line. Josh Boyer again. He has continued to have led every single lap of this race. Bombi in the 51, a lap down. He'll line up double file on the inside. How restarts used to be back in the day. I think they were still up there, Barbara. Yeah, they're 5th and 6th right now, so they didn't fall too far back. E-Fix 5th, Annie 6th. Coming back to green, coming to lap 39 of 80. Josh Boyer with control. Green flag, we're back underway. Yeah, 51 car of Bombi gonna prove to not necessarily get in the way, and the 27's around. 8 making contact, 51 into the outside wall. Cars going everywhere here on the south chute. Caution gonna be out. Oh boy. That is not what you wanted to happen at home. We're on the track. You saw it live, you see it again here. P1 just up the track a little bit into the 27. And see the mess thereafter. 21 got into the 51, that went up into the 23. That's what they say, Tate. That's what they say. Have a wonderful evening, Anne, and a very happy new year. We're getting put on the big TV. A lot of takers on pit lane this time around. If Boyer can win the race off again, he's not going to be the leader, though. Still only there for the 14. Track position continues to be the strategy for that team, but they're going to lose some of it here to be restarting 7th here. Find our pace car. Tyler Stallhood out in front for the first time tonight. Someone besides the 14 is leading the way. Other drivers electing to go fuel only. 5:02:10. But again, it's going to be Stallhood leading us back to green. In the 24. Second will be Napik in the 11. Nebelsack, Goodman, and Bombi there in 5th, but I believe that 51's still a lap down. I see that he didn't pit. Goodpaster looks to... I'm sorry, Boyer going to be 5th here for the restart. So we make our way down the front straightaway. Roger Nebelsack actually a lap down as well in the 2. Apologies there. So he's going to get out of line. There we go. Green flag. We're back our way here from Indianapolis. Stallhood with a good jump there over the 11. Everyone getting caught up behind this 33. Josh 2 already the inside of Ron Simpson for 5th. Wasn't able to get it done that time. Josh Boyer to the inside of the 33, a Goodpaster. That 33 car loose there off of turn number 2. Oh, contact there with the outside wall. Good pass there in the 33. Napick going to go take the lead away from Stallhood in the 24. He'll go out to the point for the first time tonight. Puts a Ford out in front of the field. Blue Oval gang to the front. They'll be side by side for the lead here through turn 4. Don't know how long they can keep that up. 33 car around into the inside wall right there at pit lane entry. Then he hits the barrier there. The separator. Good pass around single car. We stay green, and it's a slug Boyer to the outside wall in the 14. Josh Boyer has dominated this race. He has lost his track position. He has hit the wall. No damage tonight, but still a large loss there for the 14 after contact with our race leaders. You wanted calamity, you wanted chaos, you wanted mayhem, you got it here in the last lap or so. Stallhood applying pressure to the back of Napick. Josh 2 has moved up into 3rd. Simpson there in 4th. Josh Boyer, he's into 6th. You see Herman Reese having to fend off Steve Rubino right now in the 27. Rubino gets on by. Dan Rubino there in the 44, just out in front now. Blake Ward in the 8 Ray Bestis Ford. Getting by Tom Musa in the 23. This has been about as racy as this thing has been here tonight. The field's still grouped up, bunched up. Last caution really doing a track position shuffle. Sorry, Matt. Tate lied to you, didn't he? Watching some of these guys. See, Boyer now has the 28 car. Good passer to his inside. Good passer makes the pass. A good pass at that. Bino was trying to get to the inside. They are really snaking now down the French straightaway. My goodness, all the way to that inside wall. And that is causing a lot of confusion. Almost some contact there between the 44 and 27. Steve Rubino way up the track. He's going to lose 3 spots. Clips the barrier there. If this was 1994, he wouldn't have hit the wall. Because this is the 2003 track, he does. Yeah, picking the 11, trying to find his way back around Tyler Stallhood for the race lead. See Boyer going to go on by Good Pastor now off of turn 2. 28 car going to try to hold tough. Steve Rubino, he's lost a couple spots. Herman Reese trying to catch back up to this battle for position. You see the 10 car now to the inside. It's Aiken in that tide ride. Chris Akin. What you go with Aiken? Here comes the 11 to the inside. Oh, contact Stallhood. Now Simpson around. 10 car of Aiken around as well. 28 was in the grass. Caution going to be out here. Couple cars around on the back straightaway at 50. Stallhood clips the wall. Simpson nowhere to go. On board with 28 faster. You get to do this one. Great view of that one. My goodness. Board with the O2 of Josh too. So again, caution out here. Once again from Indianapolis. Have to think a lot of the leaders again going to come down pit lane. Everyone a taker. So Josh Boyer able to win the race off pit lane. That's why you qualify on pole, folks. These car lights are out. We'll go back green next time by. Come to lap 53. So Josh Boyer has retaken the lead. Be interesting to see if he can keep it. With under 30 laps to go. Probably looking at one more pit stop before this race is through. Probably sometime just after lap 65. Field makes their way. We wait to get that green flag back in the air here from Indianapolis. Stallhood applying pressure there to the back of the 14. See Napick and Goodpaster battling. Goodpaster gets the third spot. Napick now has to hold off Josh 2 in the 0-2. Josh gets on by as well. Caution is out 42, 27, 44, all slow. Sorry for the lack of emotion there, but let's try to see what happened. 44 gets loose off turn 2, or 1 rather. Contact. So brothers tangling here, and Steve Rapino gets the worst of it. My goodness. That McDonald's car looks like, looks like, what a couple of those burgers looked like when I was done making them. Slide them down the line a little too quick, a little too hard. Smash them. Everyone's gotten a flat burger from McDonald's before. And that's why they don't sell Mellow Yellow. A caution back out here from Indy. Josh Boyer still your race leader. Paul Menard got his first and only NASCAR Cup Series win in the 2011 Brickyard 400. While Casey Kane got his last Cup Series win in the 2017 Brickyard 400. Brickyard 400 fun facts. Tyler Stallhead thinks about coming down pit lane. Thinks wiser of it. No, he's going to come down pit road. No, he's not. Woohoo. Good pass here in the 28. Got a little too close to that wall. A couple drivers hit it so far here tonight. Hello, Matt. Hope you're having a good one. Happy New Year. But we should go back green next time by. And Josh Boyer, who's led the majority of this race, had a stint there where he wasn't the leader. He's back out in front now. He'll lead us back. Field makes their way off of turn number 4. Pace car will pull in. Boyer with control. And back away we will go. Green flag once again here from Indy. Stallhood into the wall a little bit there. In second, Steve Rubino hard to the outside wall. He then hits the inside wall off of turn number 2. The 27 car around. What was looking like a good night for Steve has gone from bad to worse. Stallhood now side by side with Goodpaster for second. Matt, he just dropped out about half a lap into the race. Disconnected, lost his connection, and has not returned. Goodpaster goes on through for second. Tyler Stallhood in the 24. We'll try to look back to the inside for the second spot. And that 24 car won in 1994 here at Indy. Caution out. Couple cars around here. Replay what happened. Oh my. A car Warren goes around. Just missed. Yeah, the 10 car was flying there for a second. My goodness. This. I don't think a car would actually stay up in the air that long. Wow. Big crash there in the South Chute. First saw a scary incident down here this year. That tire that left the racetrack. First, a poor lady's Chevy Cruze. Luckily enough, our team here at IMS hooked her up with a new car. Upcoming races here on JTN presented by our friends at SchemeHaven.com, your new source for motorsports paint schemes. Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series action kicks off January 4th from Daytona. Then series heads to Atlanta the following Thursday, and then Las Vegas. Coverage kicking off live right here only on JTN. Remember to make sure you're subscribed, click the bell icon, you'll be notified when we go live. Seeing the whole field come down pit lane. I'll hit overshot his stall. He's going to lose some time here. I think Josh Boyer will be able to win the race off pit road. He's going to go for 4 tires. It's going to allow Goodpaster and 2 to get on by. Boyer will come out third. And the other two that I mentioned. All right, well, 28's going to lead us back to green. That's Jeff Goodpaster. A lot of yellows tonight, Barbara. I think it's just, this track's so tough for these drivers. Indy's a tough track. It is a tough track. Not a lot of banking to help save you if you lose the car a little bit. Gonna be a good one, though. 20 laps to go when we get to the line. Green flag. We're back underway here from Indianapolis. Oh, Josh Toohey's in the grass. He's going around right in front of Josh Boyer. Musa gets collected. 51 of Bombi collected. Peach are going to get involved. Maybe just a little bit. Now gets spun. Caution going to be out. You saw it live. See it again here. Josh 2 into the grass, up the track. Josh Boyer gonna get away from it. Stallhead does a good job not running into him. Rest of the field not as lucky. Musa collected in it. Got yet another yellow. Race getting a little chaotic in its late stages. Everyone trying to push the issue. Oh, some takers on pit lane towards the back of the field. A lot of leaders, though, staying out. Tough night. Tough night of racing. Boogate. Been one of those nights. It's a tough track. Been a good race, though. Seen a lot of, oh, you see the running order there on the left-hand side of your screen. I'm supposed to see that normally. Apologies. It's been one of those nights. Been one of those nights, but Josh Blair, he's done a good job. He's kept this 14 car out in front of the field throughout most of this race. Interested to see who can kind of rise up and challenge him here in these last 15, 17 laps. I think we will get back green, so that's what we're watching here at the end of this race. Tyler Stallhood in second, Rich Napick rounding out your top three. And it's Herman Reese, new player at the front of the field, Mojo in the 21. Field makes their way back onto the front straightaway. Boyer with control. Get up on the wheel. Green to the end. That's what we want to see. Boyer with control here for the restart. Coming to lap 64. Green flag. We're back underway here from Indianapolis. Boyer does a good job. Gets on the jump early. So we get single file. We're battling back here for position. Aiken to the inside of Steve Rubino. Tide Ride. Tide McDonald's. Those are two very big consumer brands that, at least in Tide's case, wish they were more prevalent in the sport today. McDonald's, of course, big sponsor over at 2311. Here tonight, though, sponsoring Jimmy Spencer and Ricky Rudd. Back up front, Josh Boyer trying to fend off Tyler Stallhood as he makes a late charge in this one. Stallhood trying to do the same thing that Jeff Gordon did all those years ago in the first Brickyard 400. Of course, we're paying tribute to that event here tonight in the Culver Block 200. Track originally paved with those Culver blocks. Welcome in, Rocky. The top four have kind of driven away. I don't know if Roger Nebelsek's gotten back on the lead lap. Looking like he has. He's fifth right now in that Miller number 2. Folks, again, can't thank you enough for tuning in tonight. It's been a great crowd. If you want to get in on the action, the future is Josh Boyer's going to go around here off of turn 4. He makes a mistake for the first time tonight. He slides down the pit lane. He'll be blocked in. Will stay green, and the guy that has dominated this race, the one thing that he can't have happen, a late race mistake, it's going to cost him, folks. We don't get a caution before night's end. Tyler Stallhood now out in front of the field. Rich Napick, Herman Reese. They're second and third. They're staying within distance of this 24 of pouncing distance, whatever you want to say. But the driver that has dominated this race from the pole tonight, he goes around there off of turn number 4. An unforced error for Josh Boyer. He's on pit lane. He's getting 4 fresh tires. He is in danger of going a lap down as the leaders now come down the front straightaway. So you got to watch till the end, folks, because you never know what's going to happen here on JTN. I'm speechless. Well, I'm not speechless because I'm not paid to be speechless, but I'm speechless. Boyer coming off pit lane. See where he merges. It's going to be right behind these leaders, so he'll lose that lap. And they have to be aggressive trying to stay out in front of these guys. It's going to really sting if this thing stays green. It's going to really sting if he can't get back on the lead lap the hard way here. The line, it'll be 11 laps to go. Rich Knappich closing in on Tyler Stallhood. Trying every which way to find a way. Boyer in the 14. He's also kind of in this weird spot where he probably doesn't want to play a role in the finish to this race. He's going to have to, because he has to get around these guys. If you're the 40 and you're the 11, maybe you let him on by. He's going to be quicker. He's got fresher tires. Been quicker throughout the night. Maybe you let him by. 10 laps to go. I'm a little too passive, though, if that wasn't obvious enough. Bunch of cars getting into the wall. 24 clipped it. The 11 clipped it. The 14 as well. Boyer, though, is a lap down, running 4th in line. And keeping our eyes here at the front of the field. Culver Block 200 coming to its conclusion. And Tyler Stallhood hold on to the victory as Jeff Gordon did all those years ago. In that rainbow-colored number 24 DuPont Lumina. 9 to go. Chevy, Ford, Pontiac, 1, 2, 3. Herman Reese applying pressure to the back of Knappich. Had a shot. Not enough momentum, though, to get around the 11. That Junior Johnson Budweiser car. He's got speed. Does he have the ability? The cojones. She will try to find a way around this 24 in daring fashion. Josh Boyer gets around the 40. I'll now try to make quick work of this 11 car. And again, if you're these two guys, maybe just maybe, you let the 14 on by. Let him go race the 24. Maybe you put Stallhood in a bad spot here. Knappich trying, scratching, clawing, trying to keep this 14 of Boyer. Boyer being relentless, though, trying to get to the inside of Knappich. He will. Allow Herman Reese to try to follow in the footsteps and the tire tracks, rather, of Boyer. Knappich, though, tried to squeeze in front of Reese. Wasn't able to do so. Herman Reese through to second. He's now washing up the track. Here comes Knappich. Gonna look back to the inside here into turn 4. And this has brought Roger Nebelsack into the fray. Knappich, not enough momentum. Here comes Nebelsack looking for third. Meanwhile, Tyler Stallhood, he just let Josh Boyer go right on by. Told him, I'm not going to battle you. I'm going to get in your draft. I'm going to hopefully have you pull me along. 7 laps to go. Can Tyler Stallhood hold on Herman Reese? Racing tonight in tribute. He runs in second. This 40 car has been a player at the front of the field. It was in the middle of the pack in the middle of this race, but quickly made his way back to the front. He's there in second. Rich Napick rose to the occasion as the laps ticked off the page and off the pylon. He sits there in third. Oh, Roger Nebelsack, he was only a lap down about halfway through this race. He's rallied back up into fourth. Here comes Herman Reese applying pressure. Chris Aiken was flipping and flying through the air here on the South Chute 30 laps ago. So a lot of good stories right now inside the top 5. Josh Blair is just hoping for that miracle here, a caution before the end of this race. At least give him a shot to rally for an ounce of redemption. Different approaches here through those odd-numbered corners right now. Tate, I think if you get a counter going, you might need to... might be counting pretty high. 5 laps to go from Indianapolis. Tyler Stallhood, he's trying to hold on. He's trying to do what Jeff Gordon did all those years ago. I'm going to keep saying it here in these last 5 circuits, but here comes Herman Reese in the 40. Herman's closing the gap ever so slightly, lap by lap. It's a big racetrack, folks. Long way around. A lot of opportunities to make a mistake, a lot of opportunities to make up some ground. Four laps to go when they get to the line. Again, that start-finish line closer to turn 1 than it is to turn 4. So a long stretch for these drivers to go. Oh, Herman Reese, he's around! The 40 car is around in turn number 2. Everyone gets on by. No caution. We stay green. Tyler Stallhead can breathe a little bit easier. They are racing behind him for second. He just needs to hold on. Let's get a replay what happened to the 40 because, folks, it was some contact from the 11 car of Rich Napick. Just barely taps the rear bumper. And Herman was holding on to that car for so long there through turn 1. Oh, man. And he has retired defeat at his hands. Back live now, 3 laps to go for Tyler Stallhood, 7.5 miles here from Indianapolis. The facility sold out as it was in 1994. As it is every May. Aiken now look to the inside of Roger Nebelsack. He has caught this 2 car. After that snafu there. There'll be 2 laps to go when we get to the line. Here's Goodpaster in the 28 Haviland car. Man, it feels good to say some of these sponsors. 2 laps to go when they get to the line. The 10 cars through for third. Nebelsack able to slot in front of the 28. He'll have to rally to find a way to the back of the 10. 2 laps to go for Tyler Stallhood. 5 miles left here from Indianapolis. Can Tyler hold on for the win? Such a monumental race here tonight. He's got a healthy margin. He just has to keep all 4 fenders and all 4 wheels pointed in the correct direction. Goes Aiken in the 10. He's looking for second. He takes it. That 10 car is quick right now. Can he catch the 24? He might have a shot, folks, because it's going to be a big tow here down the front straightaway. Off of turn number 4, 1 lap to go. The 10 is closing, and he's closing fast. Tyler Stallhood, though, he'll see the white flag first. 1 lap to go, presented by Death Craver. New book now out on Amazon. Can Tyler Stallhood hold on to the win? He gets high, he gets the wall. Here comes Aiken in the number 10. The Tide Ride riding once again, trying to find a way. You see the 8-2 into the inside wall. Contact with the 28. We stay here for the battle for the lead. Stallhood protecting the bottom. Here comes the 10. Aiken going to have to throw a big move. Ducks back high. 24 going to have a shallow entry. He'll wash up the track. Here comes the 10 to the inside. Through the north chute they'll go. The 24's into the wall. Almost contact there. The 10 with the shallow entry into turn 4. It's going to be a drag race down the front straightaway. Folks, the 24's in the wall. They make contact. They're around. Napick goes on through. They're flipping. Rach Napick's going to win the Culver Block 200 in thrilling fashion. Steve Rubino's going to finish second. Tyler Stallhood will come across the line in third. Heartbreak. No, he's not even going to finish third. Tom Musa will take it. Heartbreak for drivers of the 24 and 10. And Rich Napick in the 11. He'll take the victory. What did we just witness? Here's the replay. To end all replays, folks. 24, he's going to hit the wall here. He's getting everything he can. Contact there with the 10. The 20. Goodpaster was just trying to avoid the wreck. He clips the barrier. He's on his roof. Oh my goodness. That is how you cap off 2023 here on JTN, that's for sure. My goodness. Let's go on board with Steve Rubino. He's you're gonna see a little bit of the aftermath of this one. This is your second place finisher, by the way. There's gonna be just cars in the air. There they go. Whoop. Keep your foot in it, keep your foot in it, keep your foot in it. Check the speed on the 28. Let's see. What's the speed? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Alright, just so I'm not... 419 miles per hour. You can see it up there. There it is. 419 miles per hour there. For this 28 car. My goodness. Folks, you want to see what it's like to go 400 miles per hour? Here it is. Just a misjudgment there of where that pit wall is. This is how you saw it from the pagoda. There you go. Oh my goodness. Fans are in shock, disbelief. Children are crying. Look, there are crews here that just don't know what to do. And for Rich Napick, the seas absolutely parted. One more time, let's go on board for that historic drive from the 11. It's surrounded, he gets to go around, he'll claim the victory here tonight from Indianapolis. So Napick brings it around. And he'll burn it down for the fans here in Indy. He'll try. There we go. Folks, make sure if you haven't already hit that like button. Just for the fact that the finish was what it was. My goodness. Napick burns it down. We'll get post-race results on your screens here in mere moments. And while we get those results ready for you, we're already down here in victory lane with the driver of the number 11, Rich Napick. Rich, you got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
Boy, howdy. Have you ever seen the C's part like that?
Yeah, one other race at Darlington.
What was that racing like there? Obviously, there was some contact with the 40 a couple laps before down into turn 1, but really close racing there at the front between the top 4 or 5 there at the end. How tense was that?
You just had to be on top of your toes, just be ready to do whatever you needed to get away from if somebody hits a wall, Just I feel bad about getting into Herman. I think he just lifted a little more than what I would thought he did. But, nothing I can do about that now.
How much of that, late in the race is kind of gamesmanship with guys trying to get good runs off the corner, set themselves up for those long straightaways compared to, maybe placing less emphasis on the short chutes on the north and south side of the speedway?
Well, it was tough to get a good run. You needed somebody right on your bumper. And if you could do it, then I let him go,
Mm-hmm. Well, Rich, obviously a big win here tonight. What does it mean to kind of win this race? A special event, a lot of great drivers out there on track, a great field. It's like I said, it's a big event, it's a special event. What's it mean to win this one?
Yeah, it's up there. It's definitely special, A lot of good, everybody here is a great driver. So you're beating the best right here. So it's awesome.
Well, Rich, again, congratulations on the win. A fantastic run for you in this 11 team. Before we let you go, I want to give the opportunity. I know you got a lot of great folks supporting you out there. The floor is yours. You know what to do.
I'd like to thank everybody that's watching. I know it's a late night for a lot of people working and whatever. But thanks for everybody watching. Thanks to TMP, Roger, and Tom for putting this on. And thanks to you, Joe, for broadcasting. You do a great job.
Well, Rich, I appreciate the compliment. Congratulations again on the win here tonight. Fantastic outing, as always. It's a pleasure getting to talk with you. Can't thank you enough for your time, and have a very happy New Year.
You too. Everybody, Happy New Year.
Rich Napick, driver the number 11, your race winner here tonight in the Culver Block 200. Let's go ahead and next talk with our second place finisher. He's the driver of the number 27 here tonight, Steve Rubino. Steve, you got a copy?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, first off, how are we feeling? We feeling a little bit better? I know, obviously, you weren't able to make it out last week. Didn't get to wish you Merry Christmas in person, but how are we feeling?
I can't kick this cold, Joe. I feel a little bit better, but I'm not 100%. And if I was 100%, I would have won tonight.
We saw you and your brother racing up there at the front of the field. How much fun is that, getting to do that here? In a big race like this, obviously some really good competition, a historic racetrack. How much fun is getting the opportunity to do what you guys do, all the time, but on a big stage like this?
Yeah, it was fun getting to mix it up with him. We both had fast cars tonight. I figured we better enjoy it before we wreck each other. So
I don't think you guys didn't wreck each other tonight. You just got involved in the same wreck, right?
yeah, but normally we're like magnets.
Well, a great rebound for you in this 27 team. How do you manage to keep your head in one of these races? Obviously, it's a long one, but how do you kind of keep your focus throughout one of these races where maybe things go awry like they did tonight about halfway through?
Well, like I said, we had a fast car, and we didn't have a good qualifying. We made it up to the top 3 or 4 there pretty quickly, and we were running up front, I think, half the night. and then mistakes started happening, pit stops and getting involved with other things, and you get pushed back and you get pushed back. You work your way up, you get pushed back, but it was fun though. But I was thinking towards the end to answer your question.
Mm.
I got a fast car, but I'm not there at the end. So it doesn't really matter. And then one started dropping off, and another, and I'm saying to myself, "Geez, if four more go, I'm good." And, and three went.
I was gonna say
So
when you see everything happening up in front of you like that, how I mean, we went on board with you there. There's a big cloud of smoke, and then all of a sudden, there's a car just sitting dead, stopped in front of you. I think it was the 28, and you're swerving to avoid them. How tense is that in that moment to be like, oh, you know what?
well, I couldn't see anything, to be honest with you. I mean, I was just trying to weave my way through it, and I kind of made it through, I guess. But yeah, it was fun.
I think you overheard me ask Rich the same question, but a big race here tonight, a special event. What's it mean to get a strong finish in a race like this?
Yeah, it's nice. It's a holiday. I jumped in here late tonight, and so I said, you guys got an extra spot for me, and they said, yeah. So, nice holiday race. You come in and race with your friends, and it's always fun. And to have it live is even a plus. So yeah, it was good.
Well, Steve, again, fantastic result for you in this 2017. Congratulations on the second place run. Before we let you go, want to give you the opportunity. You got great people backing you. Floor is yours. You know what to do.
Well, thanks for the broadcast, Joe. You always do a great job, and thanks to the people out there watching. Uh, hopefully, you saw some good racing tonight, and thanks for TMP. Tom and Roger doing a good job over here, and I had a good time.
Steve, thank you for the compliment. And as always, it's a pleasure getting the opportunity to talk with you. Can't thank you enough for your time. Wishing you, your family, a very happy new year here for 2024. Looking forward to our coverage with you and our friends over at Hobo throughout the year. And again, buddy, congratulations on a great run and happy new year.
Yep, happy New Year. Take care.
Steve Rubino, driver the number 27, your second place finisher here tonight from Indy. Let's go ahead and talk with someone Steve mentioned. Driver the number 23, Tom Musa. Tom, you got a copy.
I do.
Podium finish, where'd that come from?
I have no idea. I was 13 seconds back the last 10 laps, hoping for the big one, and I saw they were all close together. And
They waited.
Off at 4.
They waited till that last second, right? How much? I'm going to ask you this question, and you can put your admin hat on, you can put your driver hat on. How much fun is an event like tonight, whether it be kind of being part of the organization of it, to just seeing such a great turnout, to getting to race a lot of really good guys here in the sim?
This was more than we expected, above and beyond when Roger came up with his idea. And we just shot it out there 2 weeks ago, and it just took off in the last 3 days. And it's awesome. Glad everybody that showed up tonight ran. Y'all ran really, really good. Clean racing for the most part. There weren't any stupid mistakes. I mean, the yellows were there, but it worked out great.
How much, Indy is one of these, it's an oddball racetrack, especially in the stock car world, right? It's flat, it's 2.5 miles long straightaways, short straightaways, just all these things and all these habits you have to break on the traditional ovals that you run with stock cars, that you break those habits to run here at Indy. How are you able to do that behind the wheel?
It was actually fairly easy. The setup was great. I think there weren't any complaints from anybody about the setup, so that's a win-win right there. And everybody was able to drive it. There weren't any real, concerns. You did get loose. It was loose and it would be tight. And if you hit the apron, you were coming around unless you save it. And that's why I think it worked out really good. The pack stayed together at the front real well. We had those 2 long green flag runs, and that was really a lot of fun.
I was going to say, how much, sometimes with like fixed setups, a lot of guys, there's some detractors from it because of the tire wear aspect and, not having all these little fine controls and knobs that you can twist and pull and to get the setup dialed in for a long run. When everyone's kind of on a similar footing, we saw in those longer runs, like you said, guys getting loose. How are you able to manage that behind the wheel?
You have to trail brake when you're close behind somebody. Otherwise, you're going to take them out and be back far enough when he starts coming around. And we all did really well. I thought this was awesome. just awesome race.
It was a great race, Tom. A great finish for you in this 23 team. Third place here tonight. Before we let you go, I want to give you the opportunity. You got great people behind you. Also want to give you the opportunity, because obviously there's been some changes to things here at TMP. Want to give you the floor so you can explain those to the folks out there. Tell them what they can do to get involved. And, well, again, thank all those folks that are behind you. The floor is yours, buddy. You know what to do.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Roger for putting this together. He did a lot of work behind the scenes, making it all happen. Everybody for showing up. My wife for letting me do this and not coming down and beating me in the back of the head. And as far as what we're doing, I'll let Roger talk to that. He's the promoter. But thanks for you guys for broadcasting. This was great.
Well, Tom, again, congratulations on the podium here tonight. As always, it's a pleasure to talk with you. Can't thank you enough for your time, and have a very happy New Year, buddy.
You too. Thanks, guys.
Thomas, the driver of the number 23, your third place finisher here tonight. Now let's go ahead and talk with the promoter of tonight's race, the mastermind, evil or good, depending on how you look at it. Driver of the number 2 here tonight, but let's have him put his admin and promoter hat on. Roger Nebelsack. Roger, you got a copy?
I do.
I had to say evil just because, mastermind has that connotation, but I thought something very good tonight. I mean, this race, good little drumming up of the imagination and a great turnout, huh?
Yeah. Echoing Tom's comments was we were pretty down the dumps just because everybody was, mostly had their deal on Wednesdays and whatnot, and I was like, well, let's figure out a way to pass some cars. And I was like, all right, let's think about this. And then I just kind of like, all right, let's do a Brickyard 400. If somebody shows up, we'll run it. And if it's just Cal, Tom, myself, Brian, maybe one or two other guys, like, we'll just pay JTN and we'll throw some AI cars on there, and whatever happens, happens. And then word apparently got out. A lot of people liked the idea. And the next thing you know, what initially turned into, or what was I dubbed half a Brickyard 400, turned into a half of a field of a Brickyard 400. So that was pretty neat. It was pretty unexpected. So I was glad to see everybody come out, and hopefully they all had a good time. I was like Tom, I was ecstatic just to see these guys, come out and support this race. Chances are, I'm not going to see this number of cars next week. But you know what? That's okay. We might have something on our hands with throwing these little, throwback specials every once in a while and invite everybody in. I don't know. We might be onto something.
Well, I would say you're onto something because, first off, fun race tonight. Having a theme, I think, always helps. But also, I know specifically with this race, this track means a lot to you. And you're hinting on it. The turnout has to feel really good, especially with the way things have kind of gone here in the last couple of months or so. Kind of speak to what you guys are looking to do here, though, for the next couple of weeks. Obviously, you got the TMP Winter Series now going on with the Aero 88 mod. What can folks expect from that?
Well, we decided that we were going to run the Aero 88 cars because I was like, that was a fun mod. And for me, I don't have a computer that can handle a whole lot of frame rate. And especially with the new cars, and even when I went and downloaded John Norton's new Bull Run and put the new Cup mod in there, I had frame rate issues. I was like, let's go back in a way. Let's go back to a simpler time. And I can, with my computer, which is an okay computer, I was able to put 40 cars out there, almost all of the graphics, all of the surrounding peripherals, the grandstands and all that, and still get about 70 frames per second. So I was like, it's easy on me. I can enjoy the game, the sim maxed out. So I was like, let's start there. And so it kind of went from there. I said, like, you know what, let's just run an Aero 88 series, because if I wasn't sure what Steve was going to do over at Hobo, he was a little up in the air with what he wanted to do. And I was like, well, you know what, if maybe a few of the Hobo guys want to come over and come race with us, we'll welcome them with open arms, and let's give them something that they've run before that they might have cars for, because he might still have some of their cars on the Hobo website, because Steve and I I've raced with him for a long time and respect him very much. And so that's where it started. And we ran a kind of just a pick your own car race at Darlington last week, and they had a pretty good time. We ran the AIs. The AI was a little bit insufferable, but we learned from it. And so going forward, we decided we're going to run the Aero, continue running the Aero 88, and because we figure we're not going to have too many guys. If we have between 6 to 10, I think is probably what we're going to wind up. But you know what? If the word gets out and a whole lot more guys come in, we might have to adjust this again. We'll see. But we're going to run just 2 short races, like a 10% of whatever the full race distance was. So it was like the Good Range 500 per se, at like Rockingham, which is on deck next. We'll run 2 50-lap races and just have short races, qualify for the first one, go race, and the finishing order would be the starting lineup for the next race. We'll just run a lap under green, get everybody lined up, and then go run another 50. And so we'll do about 7 or 8 of those races. I think we've got Rockingham, we've got Calder Park in Australia lined up, because if you go back and look at the 88 schedule, that was a special race that was run between Rockingham and the Richmond Fairgrounds. So we're going to run that. We do have the Richmond Fairgrounds on there. We got Bristol, a few shorter tracks. We're going to hit Riverside since it was the last year. And a couple of, and after that, I don't know where we're going to go after the 8 races. We'll just kind of have to see how it goes, and maybe an idea will come to me. But if any of that sounds like interesting to anybody who's still listening, because we've droned on for a good while now, feel free to check out our Facebook page at TMP Racing Series. Send us a message, and or get in contact with Joe or something like that. If you know him and need to contact us, you can link us up, and we'll be glad to talk to you and see what you think about coming running with us.
Roger, I'm looking forward to seeing what the goings on, how the goings on goes here. I think it's a fun thing. It's an interesting thing, and sprinkling in these little events like we had here tonight, I think are going to make it all the more special. Again, congratulations on a successful event here tonight. I think that's probably an understatement with how well the field and how well the race went. Before we let you go, though, I want to give you the opportunity. I know it's not just you getting everything done. I'm sure there's a lot of folks to thank, so I want to give you the floor before we go here tonight, and shout out all those fine folks that helped you get the stuff done here tonight.
All right, sure. I mean, it's kind of weird running Miller Genuine Draft on the car and not ski, I'll tell you what. But I don't think I'll quote any sponsors tonight. But Tom, thanks for all the hard work that he's done, not only with this behind the scenes, with more of the nuts and bolts and the tracks and stuff like that. He and I figured out he works well on one way, and I work well on the other way. And like he said, the promoting, and listen to me, I'm blabbering on, So thanks for all the work there. Chris Aiken, he, I started running with him, longtime friend. He definitely, we've been throwing ideas back and forth. So a lot of stuff we've talked about has kind of led to this seed that's germinated. Hobo, thanks for running for all those years and continued success. I'd like to run with you guys in the future, because if it wasn't for me running with Hobo and getting ideas and maybe wanting to try my wings at running a series again, I probably wouldn't be here without them. Joe, you're you seem like you have a lot of fun doing these races, and I appreciate the partnership that we've had over the last 3 years. I was very disappointed that I didn't get to run the Indy cars here tonight like I was hoping to at the beginning of the season, but I can't argue with 20 guys. So and thanks to the wife for letting me do this. I think I am going to have a conversation with her, because I think Tom might have sold me a bit of a lemon of a steering wheel. And see if maybe I can get me a new Logitech or something like that, because that That was a little difficult trying to drive that car, especially the last few laps. The calibration on it shifted. So like if, as an example, if my steering wheel was straight up and down and you had that little strip to tell you whether you're center, it would be skewed to the right at like 1 or 2 o'clock or 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and made the car very difficult to drive. But I digress on that one. So, but yeah, thanks Joe for putting this on. I hope everybody had a good time. I hope all the people that were watching had a good time. I do want to make a quick shout out to Herman. He jumped in the 40 car last minute because he did want to do that as a tribute to a former team member or crew member that he knew while crewing race cars. So at least I was hoping he'd get to say something about that, but I want to at least mention it. Oh yes, dog. I hope you enjoyed the race too. I hope you get better soon, my friend, and we want to see you back on the racetrack real soon.
Echo all of that, Roger. Again, congratulations on a successful event. I know it's not the finish in the race that you were looking for, but nonetheless, fun time here tonight. As always, it's a pleasure talking with you. Can't thank you enough for your time. And again, buddy, Happy New Year.
Absolutely. I'm smiling even with my finish. So Happy New Year, guys.
Roger Devilsec, driver of the 2, your promoter here for the Culver Block 200. Folks, that's going to wrap up our coverage here from Indianapolis. Remember, if you haven't already, drop a like on the video and subscribe. Again, doing so helps support us so much here on JTN. If you want to check out TMP, we got their website linked in the video description below. You can also reach out to them on Facebook, TMP Racing League over there. Remember to follow us on our social media at Johto Network on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X, whatever. Eventually, I'll just call it X at the start. But nonetheless, for all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, I've been Joe Twansky, wishing you and your family a Happy New Year. And we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Turn 4 into the tri-oval, Whitehill in through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Off the ride and they're wrecking behind him. The cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Behind, they're going to be side by side again. Contact there between Sinner and Bordeaux for
Oh, the contact! Oakley into the wall. That's going to be Jack Healy coming to the line.
Jackie